Shalom and a warm welcome to Money Matters Show, where we unravel the wealth mysteries hidden in the Bible for our growth financially, physically, and even business ways. On today's episode 18 of Money Matters Show, we are going to look at from launch to legacy. Every successful business begins with an investment, but the first investment is not always the biggest harvest. The launch is like fishing in shallow waters. To multiply your returns, expand your market, and experience overflow, you must go deeper. Let's go to our foundational chapter. In Luke chapter 5, seasoned fishermen worked all night with zero result. They had invested time, labor, and skill and still had nothing to show. But one instruction from Jesus Christ changed their business outcome. Put out into the deep water and let down your nets for a catch. This moment is a powerful parallel to business investment, and today we are going to walk from launch to overflow, then to legacy. Let me show you something, the kingdom blueprint for investment. Notice the sequence from Luke chapter 5. The Bible says the first step Jesus told them is launch. All right. Peter already had the capital asset, that is the boat. Now, that is to tell you, you have already your business, all right? You are ready to launch, all right? The second step is obey divine direction, all right? You see, when you get into business, you have to obey the divine directions from God. Like when He tells you, go this way, go that way, okay? He followed the instruction that he was given, change of location and change of method, all right? Here, through the change of direction and method, he was able to capture a big overflow, all right? After the first sequence, which is to launch, so you have to launch your business. Number 2, you have to obey divine directions from God, and the final sequence was prepare for overflow. Now you have changed the direction and the method or the location, all right? Now you have to prepare for the overflow, all right? And when you are in this stage of preparing for overflow, remember you need partners, all right? In business investment, overflow is never yours alone. When God increases you, it is assigned to bring in people. Just as Peter called in his partners, you will need to employ relevant staffs, contract the right suppliers, and engage with authorities who can facilitate your growth. Increase is an invitation to expand your capacity, and in business, expansion requires capital reinvestment, human resources, and strong partnership, all right? That's when you have gone now. You have launched to the deep, all right? Proverbs 24 verse 27, it says, prepare your work outside. Get everything ready for yourself in the field. And after that, build your house. In investment terms, this means setting up the right structures, systems, and legal positioning before scaling up. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know if you got this. Let's dive deeper. Before you scale an investment, you must secure the foundation. Peter's boat became the platform for miracle. Your business must be that platform in the marketplace, that foundation. All right? So what will you do? Register your business. This makes it a recognized legal asset, all right? As a believer, desire to do that. Don't just wish to operate at the show, all right? Choose your structure. Are you a sole proprietor, partnership, or limited company? All right. And also acquire license for your industry. Just check out, where is your business in? As a believer, put in the relevant structures in place, because that will be the boat. Your business is the boat. It is the one that will take you deeper. Or if you don't do the necessary things that you're supposed to do, then that means you will stay at the shore. And when you stay at the shore, you don't go deeper. You don't catch the great fishes. You don't catch those big, the whales, the sharks, until you enter to the deep. Until you enter to the deep. There is a verse in the Bible that says, deep calleth unto deep. Okay? So, another thing, open a dedicated business account. Protect your capital by separating personal and business funds. Yeah. This step turns your idea into an official, tradable, and investable entity. Investors and clients respect a structured business more than a casual hustle. So what are you doing? Are you doing a casual hustle or a structured business? Remember, a structured business gives you the wealth of the sea. Let's proceed. The Bible says in Luke 14:28, for which of you intending to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost? Oh Jesus. This same principle is alive in Luke chapter 5. Peter and his crew had already invested heavily the night, before. Fuel for the boat, maintenance for the nets, payment for the crew's labor, and hours of their time. So when Jesus told them to go back, they were essentially being asked to reinvest, to put in more resources after what looked like a loss, right? This is where many business owners miss their breakthrough. The first try may feel wasted, like that of Peter, it may feel wasted, but the second spirit-led investment is often where the returns comes from. Imagine if you give up at the first place. Imagine if Peter, they had given up at the first place, they could not have catch the overflow, They could not have catch the overflow. So, what am I saying? As a business owner, budget for equipment, license, marketing, staff and stock. 2, secure funding either through personal saving, investors or loans or even grants. 3, track every coin proper. Record keeping builds investor trust and qualifies you for expansion. All right? Expansion financing. Another thing, Peter's willingness to risk more time and resources based on a trusted instruction mirrors the courage required for any serious business investment. Capital investment is more than just money. Oh, Jesus Christ. It is more than just money. It is time, it is the discipline and the faith to try again when others will pack up and go home. Let me tell you something. Business will always teach you business. Sometimes business, people usually think that when you establish your business, you can just work anytime you want, blah, 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 But business, it means you're working 24/7. Peter toiled the whole night. Again, when morning came, when Jesus came, they had again to go and fish. Yes, business can only teach you business. Let's cover the deep water strategy for expansion. Okay? The miracle didn't happen at the shore. It happened in the deep, the untested, unfamiliar territory. In business investment, the deep water is where the higher returns are. Oh my God. And here's the prophetic insight. Water can represent wealth. It is vast and countable, and no one can fetch all the waters of the sea or oceans to dry them up. It is the same way. Wealth in the kingdom is abundant, but you must be willing to go where it is, beyond the shallow, into the deep. The Bible says, deep calleth unto deep. They are realms with abundance that when you tap into, you are like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. But here is the truth. Listen to me. The deep is not for the unprepared. It is either you float or you sink. Here, all your papers must be in order. Your business registration, your license, compliance certificates, and contract, You must also know how to propel your boat, and also know where to cast your nets, all right? At the right time, at the right place, because even in the deep waters, there are sharks. What do I mean? There are competitors, scammers, unforeseen risks that can attack your business if you are careless, okay? In business, the deep water might mean entering a bigger market, adding a new high-value product line, forming joint ventures with established brands, taking your business global. These steps often require a larger capital injections, more staffs, tighter systems, but they also bring the kind of returns that multiply your influence. Deep water means bigger nets, bigger faith, and bigger vision. Now, let me show you something. When Peter's nets began to break, he immediately brought in his partners. In business, overflow without capacity can sink the ship. Bro, do you get it? Prepare before the expansion arrives. Hire and train the right people. Build reliable supplier networks. Invest in systems. What do I mean? Inventory, accounting, logistics, all that. Engage legal and financial experts to guide you on sustainable growth, all right? This is the point where your investments shift from survival mode to scalable enterprise. Oh my God. Woo! I don't know if you have gotten that. In that space now, you are a business owner. Your business now can feed families, right? Since you have already expanded and called in partners, called in the relevant help that you need, all right? That's not the end game. I want you to know that after the catch, Jesus told Peter that from today onward, you will be fishers of men. Okay? This is to tell you that the overflow was not the end game. It was a tool for greater mission. Therefore, for kingdom entrepreneurs, profit is fuel, not the finish line. Oh, bro, I don't know if you got that. Also, another thing, operate with integrity and transparency. Furthermore, invest in your staff and community. Use your resources to support kingdom work. An investment aligned with kingdom principles has impact beyond balance sheet. Oh, bro. Oh, my God. I hope you got that. So finally, your business is your boat. Invest it wisely. Take it into the deep. Prepare for overflow. And remember, the truest return is not just in the profit you count, but in the lives you change. This is Money Matters Show with your girl Moegi Kwamboka. Until next time, go deeper and watch what God can do. Bye bye. Remember to subscribe, to comment, and to share.